What are proportional relationships? A proportional relationship is when two amounts change at the same rate. If one amount doubles, the other doubles too. This means they grow or shrink in the same way, keeping the same ratio. For example, if you earn $10 for every hour you work, the ratio of money to hours is always $10 to 1 hour. Proportional relationships help us understand how things are connected. They are used in math, science, cooking, and more. Learning about them can help you solve problems like figuring out costs, measuring ingredients, or understanding speed. If you need to make half a batch of cookies, you can cut every ingredient in half to keep the recipe proportional. If a car travels 60 miles in 1 hour, it will travel 120 miles in 2 hours if it keeps the same speed. If one apple costs $1, then 5 apples will cost $5. Proportional relationships make it easier to predict and calculate things in everyday life. Proportional relationships can be shown on a graph. To make one, you plot points that match the values in the relationship. For example, if you earn $10 for every hour you work, you could plot points like 1 and 10, 2 and 20, and 3 and 30. When you connect the points, they form a straight line. The graph of a proportional relationship is always a straight line. The line always starts at the origin where both values are 0. This is because if one amount is 0, the other must also be 0. The slope of the line tells you the unit rate, or how much one quantity changes for each single unit of the other. For example, if you earn $10 per hour, the slope is 10, or if you drive 50 miles in 1 hour, the slope is 50. The slope helps you understand the relationship between the two amounts. It shows how quickly one amount increases or decreases compared to the other. Look at the table to see if one value always increases or decreases by the same ratio as the other. For example, if every hour worked earns $10, the table will show pairs like 1 and 10, 2 and 20, and 3 and 30. Proportional relationships have equations that look like y equals k times x, where k is the constant of proportionality, the unit rate. For example, if y equals 5x, it means y is always 5 times x. Look at the steepness of the lines. A steeper line means a larger unit rate. Check if both lines start at the origin, 0 and 0, and if they are straight. Only proportional relationships do this. For example, a line with a slope of 10 is steeper than a line with a slope of 5, meaning it has a higher unit rate. You can compare proportional relationships in different ways. Find out how much one quantity changes for each single unit of the other. For example, earning $10 per hour versus $15 per hour. Compare the slopes of their graphs. A larger slope means a greater rate of change. Look at the ratios in the table or the constant k in the equation. Larger ratios or constants mean a faster change. These methods help you decide which relationship grows faster, is more efficient, or is better for a specific situation. Proportional relationships are helpful for solving everyday problems. For example, shopping. If bananas cost 50 cents each, you can find the cost of 8 bananas by multiplying 8 times 50 cents, which is $4. Or cooking. If a recipe calls for 2 cups of flour to make 12 cookies, you can use proportionality to figure out how much flour you'd need for 24 cookies. In science, proportional relationships are used to understand speed. Speed equals distance divided by time, or the growth of plants with more sunlight. In social studies, when studying populations, you might see proportional relationships, like how much food is needed per person in a community. In art, artists use proportional relationships to create realistic drawings, like scaling up or down a picture while keeping its proportions the same. Proportional relationships are the foundation for more advanced math topics like ratios, percentages, and algebra. They help you solve real-world problems with confidence. They also help you understand graphs, equations, and rates. And they help you prepare for more challenging subjects like geometry, trigonometry, and calculus. By mastering proportional relationships, you build skills that are important for math and everyday life. We've learned that proportional relationships happen when two amounts change at the same rate. They can be shown in tables, equations, and graphs that form a straight line through the origin. The unit rate or slope tells us how much one quantity changes for every single unit of the other. Proportional relationships are used in everyday life and across subjects like science, art, and social studies. Understanding proportional relationships is important, but practicing them is how you really learn. Try solving real-world problems like figuring out costs when shopping or doubling a recipe. The more you practice, the easier it gets. With practice and curiosity, you'll master proportional relationships and be ready for even more exciting math challenges. Watch this next video, 7th grade, Unit 4, Lesson 3, Revisiting Proportional Relationships from the Illustrative Mathematics curriculum. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.